Hi, I'm Sheree Spears, and today we're here with Nathan Lefebvre. Did I say that
Lefebvre,
right?
correct.
And he is the owner of Forensic Training Source. So that brings me to my first question. What is Forensic Training Source?
So Forensic Training Source, we train crime scene investigators. And so we actually do 40-hour trainings for people who are in law enforcement. And we train them in all the different facets of forensic investigation, from crime scene photography, shooting incident reconstruction, advanced shooting reconstruction, bloodstain pattern analysis, and even just basic crime scene management. So we travel to different locations all across the country, and that makes it the training more available to people than it might be otherwise.
Well, that certainly sounds interesting. What got you involved in this, or how did you come up with the idea for this business?
Well, it's kind of interesting because I actually came out of college as an elementary school teacher. I taught 4th grade, and then through a strange course of events, I ended up being part of a national crime scene academy that trained crime scene investigators. People actually travel here to Knoxville. They spend 10 weeks in residence, and we expose them to all the different facets of forensic investigation, all the disciplines of crime scene investigation, crime scene photography, latent fingerprint processing, crime scene mapping, shooting incident reconstruction, bloodstain pattern analysis, even human remains recovery. And so over the course of all that time, I ended up developing a network of forensic experts in all the different types of fields. And so several years later, when I started my own company, my own organization, I was able to kind of cherry pick the people that I felt were the very best instructors that I could take out and put them on the road and train people up.
How do you do what you do?
So it's kind of interesting. I mean, the core piece of what we do is we want to bring training to people so that it's more accessible. This is specialized training with nationally recognized instructors, and it's not something that people can always travel for. So we try to do the traveling for them. And so we've been everywhere from Anchorage, Alaska to southern Florida to Maine and southern California and all points in between. So it's really, it's a lot of logistics, but it's also making this available to a lot of folks. So we have a very small staff for the actual organization, and then we contract with experts in each of the different fields, and they're the ones that actually provide the instruction.
And what do you think sets your business apart from any other training facility? What makes you the best?
We are the best because of our relationships with our instructors, relationships with law enforcement departments and agencies, with the people, the individuals that have attended our courses, and I think also because of the quality of our instruction. You know, there are a lot of instructors that are highly qualified in the disciplines that they instruct in. The instructors with Forensic Training Source are highly qualified, and they're excellent instructors. They're people that really take an interest in the folks that are in the course. They're still practitioners. They're not professional trainers. They're not people that read PowerPoint presentations. Instead, these are folks that are practitioners. They're still facing the same challenges that the people in the course are facing. They're still photographing crime scenes. They're still analyzing shooting reconstruction, their shooting scenes and bloodstain patterns. So they understand the challenges of the people that they're training, and they just so happen to be an expert in that particular discipline. And so those two things combined, I think, are what give us the kind of feedback that we're getting from participants. You know, people take our course and they say, just this 1 week of training was the best training that I've had my entire law enforcement career. And that's what it's all about, you know, giving them tools that they can take with them back to their job.
And where do you see your business going from here?
Well, all over the country. We continue to travel all the time, but you know, we continue to add courses as we're able to do them to the same level of excellence that we've been doing the courses that we do. So we just recently began offering an advanced shooting incident reconstruction course. That is a course that we've been getting asked about for as long as we've been doing basic shooting incident reconstruction training. And so that is a class that is just getting started right now. It's very popular already. So we're adding that as an offering. We're also on the opposite end of the spectrum, offering courses for folks that are just getting into the field with basic crime scene management type courses. And so that is going to give, I kind of always describe the courses like if you were to take a advanced shooting incident reconstruction course, it's kind of like you're just an inch wide and a mile deep. We drill way down into the specifics and the minutiae that have to do with shooting reconstruction. A crime scene management course, we're kind of a mile wide and an inch deep. We're going to talk about bloodstain, photographs, fingerprints, shooting reconstruction, DNA collection, things like that. So we're going to touch on a lot of different areas without going into a lot of detail, but giving somebody that might be new to the discipline or new to their job a good broad feeling of the proper way to approach a crime scene.
Do you have a favorite class?
That is a question you didn't tell me I was going to ask. Because that is a dangerous question, and it's kind of like trying to say which child is your favorite child, which is not, it's not fair at all. And so our courses are just, I don't really have a favorite course. I mean, the things that kind of set our courses apart, make them unique for themselves. Our shooting incident reconstruction course is very popular. It's probably what you would describe as kind of our sexy class, because it's a course where we've got great instruction, there's classroom instruction, but there's a lot of practical hands-on, and there's actually a live fire demonstration as well. So we spend an entire day out at the range, and we bring in old cars, we bring in elements of a building, from sheetrock to plywood and concrete pavers and glass, clothing, all the different subsurfaces that you can find in an automobile, and we actually shoot them up. So it's always fun when you get to shoot things up and you get to learn about it. And it's also incredibly valuable too, because people see the dynamics of what's going on in the crime scene or a shooting scene as it happens. And then that course is instructed by two folks that are retired from the New Jersey State Police. And so I always describe that class as, because the instructors know the subject matter backward and forward and upside down. They're just incredible instructors. But it's also like 40 hours of stand-up comedy, because they worked together for decades, and they just make the class so much fun. Even though it's a technical course, technical subject matter, and people are still learning more than they could have ever imagined before they started, the course is a lot of fun. And then our photography class is everybody's favorite who takes it, because of the instructors as well. They're folks. They're from South Carolina, and they just take it upon themselves to make everybody feel welcome and feel like they're just right at home, and they take incredible care of the people that are in the class. And again, photography, even possibly more so than shooting reconstruction, is such a technical course where you're dealing with all the technical aspects of a camera, and it could be an excruciating course taught by the wrong people. And a lot of practitioners have probably experienced those courses. But these instructors take that technical course and they make it enjoyable, and they make themselves available to help people get all the way through it. So
you seem to take a lot of pride in your instructors. How did you end up in this business to begin with?
That's interesting. It's very, like I said, I was an elementary school teacher right out of college, and one of the people that I was a student with, we both graduated. I was in education, he was in public service, and so he was involved with the university as their public service arm, as they created that 10 weeks crime scene academy that I told you about. And so after he had been there for about a year, they realized that this program was going to take off, and they wanted somebody to come and coordinate it. And to begin with, I was completely opposed to it, even though they came to me and asked. And I thought I had no interest in crime scene. I didn't watch CSI. I didn't have any of the pulp cultural interest in it even. But over the course of about 6 to 8 months, they convinced me, and I was really anxious about it. I was really nervous. I didn't want to be around any of the gross stuff.
Yeah.
And but somehow, not having a law enforcement background, but still being immersed with the folks that were the forensic practitioners, found a real niche for myself as somebody that just facilitates the kind of training. It's not my job to train you or tell you that I know more about your job than you do. I'm just here to make sure you have all the equipment you need to do the best amount of learning that you can. And so that little niche kind of grew into what became my own company, and now a nonprofit. And it's been way more successful than I ever imagined, and I never could have imagined in a million years that it would be in the forensic realm.
So if an individual or a law enforcement agency wanted to take this training, how would they go about that?
So we can do a number of different things. That's the beauty of being a small organization, is that we tailor it to whoever needs our services. So sometimes if somebody just wants to be trained, they find one of our trainings wherever we're delivering it, and they can register and come and attend. If an agency has several people that they want to have trained for photography or shooting reconstruction or any of the courses that we offer a flat fee service, or a course for fee. They just pay a flat fee and they put whoever they want to into the class. And then because we have a whole network of experts in different disciplines, we can also tailor a course. We've done that for different state agencies where they say, hey, we want a photography class, but everybody's coming from all over the state. We can't have everybody out of pocket for 5 days, so we want you to make a custom course for us, and we can do that. So they can contact us and go to the website, forensictrainingsource.com, and see what's being offered. And they can also contact us and ask us about hosting a class if they would like to host. And then we provide them with the hosting requirements for whichever course they would like. And then we provide some free training spots to them. And we just work with them however we need to make it happen.
Well, it sounds like you've got that plan down then.
We do. We do.
I forgot. Sorry. Back that up.
Back that up.
Hold on. I think I've asked all of them.
So yeah, so now we just need kind of like a finishing.
Can I ask just random stuff?
Sure. Yeah, and whatever you ask, just like pause a little bit before it, so that if he wants to cut it in.
Cut it, then you have space to cut it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. You want to run? I mean, should we run through just so you have different options one more time or no?
No, I think that